Ah, I see you have returned, my disciple. I have awaited your arrival. It seems that you wish to gain more wisdom about the agenda. When I first discussed the way of the agenda, I covered its fundamentals and the victims that it claimed. If you are new to the agenda, I suggest learning about its dangerous strength before continuing any further. Now, I believe it's time for you to know about the extraordinary power of the original agenda, Agenda Peace. Agenda Peace has started a brand new era for online anime discussion and influenced many other anime fan bases. When it comes to slander, trolling, and memes, One Piece fans are unmatched in terms of consistent quality. Today, I will explain the most dominant One Piece agendas to come from the community, but I must warn you, these agendas are mighty and persuasive. They are not for the fragile mind and will contain spoilers. If you cannot handle this intensity, do not continue beyond this. Wait, where's that noise coming from? What? I swear I heard a... Oh, look! It's Shanks! Shanks is a character shrouded in mystery. It was pretty hard to slander him since Oda went through great lengths to ensure that we never learned too much about him. He even made sure that Shanks got less screen time than Tenten and Nami's titties. He seemed pretty much untouchable to hate, until one fateful panel revealed a dark aspect of Shanks' personality. He was a snitching ass nigga. Fed hair Shanks pulls up on the Grosei and this man wastes no time on snitching. Whoever Shanks was talking about, he needed them gone as soon as possible. This dude is a full-on rat, leaking information to the ops. Shanks is the type of guy to snitch on the entire gang after receiving some Popeyes. If you ever get put on trial, you better pray to Joy Boy that they don't call Shanks to the stand. That man will have 4K video footage of you committing a crime playing in a movie theater. And if there isn't any video footage available, I bet he'll just generate some realistic AI video footage to incriminate you. After that panel dropped, the One Piece community did what they did best. They got to slandering. Arguably one of the funniest One Piece agendas was formed that day. Shanks gained the title of Rat Hair Shanks. There was much fan art and panel edits depicting him as a rat. They got him posted up with cheese in his hand and everything. Every time a rat or a mouse appears in a chapter, you already know Shanks comparisons were going to be made. People from New York don't even say there's a rat in the house anymore. They just say, "Mom, there's a Shanks in the kitchen, come get it." The Rat Hair Shanks meme only proved that no one was safe from the agenda. Not even a fan favorite like Zoro was immune to it. Fun fact, Zoro is one of my favorite characters from One Piece. That nothing happened scene, straight flames, I love that nigga. Zoro, on the other hand, doesn't love niggas. In fact, he has a lot of hatred for niggas. There's a strange pattern that occurs in Zoro's opponents. Here's a list of almost everyone Zoro has fought throughout the series. Do you notice anything they have in common? It appears that every single one of them has a complexion of the chocolate variety. At first, it just seemed like a silly coincidence, just a funny little meme. But when you actually take the time to analyze the scenes Zoro has with black characters, you'll see his true colors. Take his encounter with Miss Monday, for example. Zoro is completely crushing her skull with one hand. Zoro usually uses his swords to take down his opponents, but now he's using his bare hands on a black woman? This fully muscular woman is on her knees groveling. Just listen to the agony she's being put through. This is inhumane. A couple arcs later, Zoro defeats Pika, a black dude, on Black History Month. Then in Wano, Zoro is struggling in his fight against King, but as soon as King takes off his mask and reveals that he was black, it was over. That's all Zoro needed to lock in. Look at the power boost he got from his hatred for minorities. Even outside of his fights, there's plenty of evidence that confirms that Zoro is the minority hunter. Isn't it a bit strange that Zoro was fighting against monkeys in his training? Don't you find it suspicious that Zoro was the only one who didn't want Usopp back on the team? The same Usopp who Oda said was African? Oda has also said that if Zoro wasn't a pirate, he would be a police officer. This nigga Zoro even changed his skin color like he was Michael Jackson. This is a level of racism that is unheard of. This isn't even an agenda anymore. This is just a reality. My goat is really a menace to minorities. He really is just like me. But that isn't the only agenda Zoro faced. I have to admit it. My GOAT had a horrendous performance against Lucci. He's pulling out Oden's haki for an opponent that got low diff by Luffy. You can't be suckling on Oden's teat for power, bro. You're not Naruto with Kurama. I had secondhand embarrassment as a big Zoro fan. Like, lock in, my nigga. You're making us look bad. This birthed one of the top 3 agenda memes in history. Lend me some haki, Oden. This is base Lucci we're up against. This is one of the funniest memes today. This meme even transcends fan bases, with other communities making their own versions. Power scalers especially love to use this meme. It's easily up there with Potential Man as one of the greatest agendas of all time. The Akainu agenda is very divisive. You either glaze him to infinity and beyond, or you use any bit of evidence possible to call him a fraud. There's not much in between. On one side of the argument, you got people who think that he solos 90% of the verse. He's portrayed as an invincible god that can beat anyone. If the opponent does not have advanced Kakuru's haki, there's no way he can beat Akainu. There were people who exaggerated the memes even further by photoshopping him low diffing other verses. The funniest ones I found were this Goku one and this other one of Naruto. Basically, Akainu soloed all of anime. The counter agenda to these memes was to call Akainu a desk-sitting bum that's too scared to fight anyone. Almost every scene of this nigga post time skip is him sitting at his desk. Even when he gets up from his desk, he goes right back to sitting down again. It's like his desk has a gravitational pull that stops him from leaving. No amount of paperwork should have you super glued to the chair like this when pirates are running amok. Is this nigga a fleet admiral or an office worker? I can't tell. Personally, I don't fully think Akainu's a fraud yet, but I'm kinda skeptical of his actual power. It took Akainu 10 days to extreme high diff Kuzan even though he had the elemental advantage. And he's been chilling at his desk for a while. That chair cannot be that comfortable. I feel like if he ever fought Garp, he would be in trouble. But to be fair, we gotta wait and see if Akainu lives up to the hype. I can't say he's a complete fraud yet. Blackbeard has one of my personal favorite agendas. He has one of the most overpowered abilities in the show. And no, I'm not talking about his devil fruit or him stealing Whitebeard's fruit either. I'm talking about his secret haki ability that lets him solo the entire verse. Off-screen haki. You know what they say, if it's a 1v1 off screen, always bet on Blackbeard. If your favorite character is fighting Blackbeard, you better pray to Joy Boy that the scene never changes. This nigga beat Ace off screen, this nigga beat Law off screen, and he even got a second devil fruit by hiding himself from the camera. This man is out here breaking the rules of the power system off screen. He consistently gets boosts from not being visible to the screen. I'm starting to think that if Blackbeard ever encounters Emu and that shit happens off screen, Blackbeard will low diff. When Blackbeard's next fight happens, you're gonna blink your eyes for too long and Blackbeard's just gonna wash his opponent. Every millisecond you're not looking at him, he's gonna get a crazy feat. Luffy's gonna claim the One Piece and the series is gonna release its final volume, and Oda is gonna say in an SBS that Blackbeard low diffed him and stole it off screen. Even when he's on screen, he's still a menace. If Blackbeard's not gonna win a fight, he will get his crew to jump the shit out of you. And you know what? I respect that. He's a pirate and they're known for being scummy and underhanded. It's completely Mickey Mouse, but it fits for his character and it makes for a perfect agenda. Now it's time for the biggest bum of today's video. Monkey D. Dragon. What does this nigga even do? In a series that contains over 1,000 episodes and chapters, this loser barely does anything. He is the father of the main character, but he just stands around doing nothing. Luffy didn't even know he had a father. That's how irrelevant he is. The last time Dragon did anything major was save Luffy from Smoker. This is not an impressive feat in the slightest. We're done with the East Blue saga. Niggas know how to use haki now. The only thing this dude does now is look east and think about dots. It doesn't matter what situation is going on in the world. Dragon will not show up to intervene. He doesn't care if Luffy Kuma, Ginny, or Bonnie are in trouble, that nigga will just sweat and think about dots. This bastard has the audacity to not just say nothing, but he also thinks about nothing either. Why are you thinking about dots? Are you even a sentient human being? Are there any thoughts in that large ass head of yours? This nigga has no feats, no aura, no screen time, no thoughts, and no barber. His cut is completely cooked and he looks homeless. Whose goat is this? Tell me whose goat is this? You want to know about an actual goat? Just take a look at the superior relative, Monkey D. Garp. My goat is nothing like that bum dragon. If you are a pirate in the One Piece verse, you better hope that you never run into the hero of the Navy. We fully endorse the Garp agenda on this channel. Garp stocks have been shooting up to the moon, baby. I know y'all saw that crispy galaxy impact that he did. I knew from the moment Garp was throwing cannonballs with his bare hands that Garp was that nigga. As soon as I saw that, I knew Garp was something special. And it turns out I was fully right. This man was fading Kuzan with no devil fruit, no tricks, no hacks, just straight hands. And the best part about it, Garp isn't even in his prime. This man is getting nerfed by old age, but he can still box hard. Imagine a young Garp in his prime. Do you know how strong that nigga would be? Warp is the greatest marine in the show. He's been carrying the Navy for generations. There's no one that does it like him. That's why Garp is my top 3 One Piece characters. He's the cool grandpa we all wish we had. Alright, that's enough agendas I got for you today. I'll do the JJK agenda video if this video gets 5,000 likes. Also subscribe, I'm gonna hit 2K soon. My next video is gonna be a long one, so it's gonna take a while. And remember to always support the Garp Nation.